community since 1918. Service is our motto. The poor, the rich, the middle class, and all are given the best of care and attention at all times. You have the privilege to select what you want. In your time of need, contact the capable, the competent, and the dependable staff of the Jwwilliams Funeral Home, who is genuinely concerned with your care. At Jwwilliams Funeral Home, you are aptly served by the proprietor president, Deacon Arthur L. Parker, who continues the traditions and values set forth by the past president, Dr. Napoleon Williams. Your announcements for the Jwwilliams Funeral Home Sunday morning program are Deacon Arthur L. Parker, Reverend Isaac H. Owens, Mrs. Calandra Wilkerson Parker, Minister Frankie Harmon, Miss Sandra Johnson, and Deacon Earl Clark, Jr.
Thank you, and good morning, friends. We come to you this morning to bring announcements, dedications, and songs. We certainly hope that your day may be brighter after listening to our program. The family of Mother Maddie B. Brown of Warner Robins, Georgia, formerly of Vienna, Georgia. The family of Mrs. Rosa May Felton Walker of Milledgeville, Georgia, formerly of Cordele, Georgia, would like to thank their many friends for the food, the flowers, the condolences, and all other expressions of sympathy and kindness shown to them during their hours of sorrow and bereavement during the past week. Mother Maddie B. Brown, age 98, of 213 London Hill Drive, Warner Robins, Georgia, died Thursday, April 17, at her home in Warner Robins, Georgia. The funeral service for Mother Maddie B. Brown, age 98, was held Saturday, April 26, in the chapel of the Jwwilliams Funeral Home in Cordele, Georgia. Bishop Timothy O. Boone officiated. The burial followed at the Vienna City Cemetery in Vienna, Georgia. Survivors include her loving and devoted grandchildren, Mr. Desmond Webb and his wife, Mrs. Aretha Webb of Warner Robins, Georgia, Mr. Damian Webb and his wife, Mrs. Darla Webb of Ohio, and Miss Damina Jenkins and her husband, Mr. Mario Jenkins of Stockbridge, Georgia. 12 beloved great-grandchildren, a beloved sister, Mrs. Jenny Mae Smith of Doolin, Georgia, a host of other relatives, and many, many sorrowing friends survive Miss Mother Maddie B. Brown, age 98, of 213 London Hill Drive, Warner Robins, Georgia. Mrs. Rosa May Felton Walker, age 81, of 208 Princeton Drive, Milledgeville, Georgia, died Monday, April 21st at Atrium Health Navison Baldwin Hospital in Milledgeville, Georgia. The funeral service for Mrs. Rosa May Felton Walker, age 81, was held Saturday, April 26, in the chapel of the Jwwilliams Funeral Home in Cordele, Georgia. The Reverend Lee Warren officiated. The burial followed at the Westview Cemetery in Cordele, Georgia. Survivors include 11 and devoted children, Miss Greta Mosley of Milledgeville, Georgia, Mr. Johnny Felton of Greensboro, North Carolina, Miss Barbara Freeman of Cordele, Georgia, Miss LaWanda Felton of Milledgeville, Georgia, and Miss Teresa Lewis of Jacksonville, Florida. 18 beloved grandchildren, 31 great-grandchildren, her brothers-in-law, Mr. Arthur Quarterman and Mr. Elijah Smith, her goddaughters, Miss Tanya Wright and Miss Verlinda Samuels, her godless sons, Mr. Stanley Reeves, the Reverend Richard Larkin, the Reverend Lee Warren, the Reverend James Harris Jr., Deacon George Richardson, and the Reverend Virgil Larkin. A host of beloved nieces and nephews, including Mr. Jesse Felton Jr., Mr. Larry Felton, Mr. Geraldine Felton, Minister Christopher Felton, Mr. Jimmy Felton, and Mr. Scotty Griffin. Many cousins, to include her devoted cousin, Miss Edna Breedlove, Mrs. Rosa Lee Jones, and Miss Sally B. Mason. A host of other relatives and many sorrowing friends survive. Mrs. Rosa May Felton Walker, age 81, 108 Princeton Drive, Milledgeville, Georgia. Again, the family of Mother Mattie B. Brown of Warner Robins, Georgia, formerly of Vienna, Georgia. The family of Mrs. Rosa May Felton Walker of Milledgeville, Georgia, formerly of Cordele, Georgia, would like to thank their many friends for all of the many kindnesses shown to them during their hours of sorrow and bereavement during the past week. May God bless each of you is their prayer. The Jwwilliams funeral directors serving Cordele and Vienna were in charge of each of these arrangements during the past week. And now, it is certainly with the deepest regret that we make the following announcement. Mrs. Mary Lee Wilkerson Douglas, age 77, 1420 Norris Street, Americus, Georgia, died Tuesday, April 22nd, at the Phoebe Sumter Medical Center in Americus, Georgia. Survivors include her loving and devoted husband and caregiver, Mr. Hollis Douglas Sr. of Americus, Georgia. 3 loving and devoted children, Mr. Hollis Douglas Jr. and his wife, Mrs. Pam Douglas, Mr. Arthur Brooks Douglas, and Miss Tritza Cladd and her husband, Deacon Dexter Cladd, all of Americus, Georgia. 8 beloved grandchildren, Miss Holly Douglas of Grayson, Georgia, Mr. Michael Douglas of Roswell, Georgia, Mr. Chaz Douglas, Mr. Jacoby Douglas, and Miss Asia Cladd, all of Columbus, Georgia. Mr. Ivory of Douglasville, Georgia, Miss Adriana Douglas and Mr. Marcus Douglas, both of Americus, Georgia. 4 beloved great-grandchildren, a beloved sister, Miss Elizabeth Wilkerson of Americus, Georgia, her brothers-in-law and sisters-in-law, a host of nieces, nephews, cousins, other relatives, and many, many sorrowing friends survive. Mrs. Mary Lee Wilkerson Douglas, age 77, of 1420 Norris Street, Americus, Georgia. The funeral service for Mrs. Mary Lee Wilkerson Douglas, age 77, will be held today, Sunday, April 27th at 2 p.m. in the sanctuary of the Antioch Baptist Church in Americus, Georgia. The pastor, Reverend Ricky Cladd, will officiate. The eulogy will be delivered by her pastor, the Reverend Jesse Watts, pastor of the Old Shady Grove Baptist Church in Americus, Georgia. The burial will follow at the Eastview Cemetery in Americus, Georgia. Master Sergeant Jackie Dennis Walker, United States Army retired, age 65, of 805 South Pecan Street, Cordele, Georgia, died Thursday, April 24th at his residence in Cordele, Georgia. Survivors include his loving and devoted son, Mr. Trayvon D. Westbrook of Chicago, Illinois. His beloved and devoted sisters, Miss Tony Nance and Miss Jacqueline D. Walker, his twin, of Cordele, Georgia. His beloved brother, Master Gunnery Sergeant Troy L. Walker, retired, and his wife, Mrs. Jane Walker of Orlando, Florida. A beloved aunt, Mrs. Elizabeth Walker of Macon, Georgia. A host of nieces and nephews to include Mr. Jeffrey Walker and Mr. Dwayne Nance. A host of cousins, other relatives, and many, many sorrowing friends survive. Master Sergeant Jackie Dennis Walker, age 65, United States Army retired, of 805 South Pecan Street, Cordele, Georgia. The funeral service with full military honors for Master Sergeant Jackie Dennis Walker, United States Army retired, age 65, will be held Wednesday, April 30th at 11 a.m. in the chapel of the Jwwilliams Funeral Home in Cordele, Georgia. The Reverend Isaac H. Owens, pastor of the Mount Calvary Baptist Church, will officiate. The burial will follow at the Pleasant Hill Baptist Church Cemetery, Hatley Community, Cordele, Georgia. The public visitation will be Tuesday, April 29th from 1 until 5 p.m. at the Jwwilliams Funeral Home. Miss Dora Jean Taylor, age 69, of 609 East 4th Avenue, Cordele, Georgia, died Saturday, April 19th at Emory St. Joseph Hospital in Atlanta, Georgia. Survivors include a living sister, Miss Lona Mae Taylor of Fayetteville, Georgia. Her loving relatives, the Rogers, the Johnson, and Taylor families survive Miss Dora Jean Taylor, age 69, of 609 East 4th Avenue, Cordele, Georgia. The funeral service for Miss Dora Jean Taylor, age 69, will be announced at a later date, pending the completion of the arrangements. Deacon Godfrey Leandra Ray, age 66, of 1212 3rd Street Southeast, Moultrie, Georgia, died Saturday, April 26, at the Archbald Medical Center in Thomasville, Georgia. Survivors include his loving and devoted wife, Mrs. Kathy Kellogg Ray of Moultrie, Georgia, his loving and devoted daughters, Miss McQuell Thomas and her husband, Mr. Joe Thomas of Moultrie, Georgia, Miss Pietra Paul of Warner Robins, Georgia, Miss LaShondra Ray of Valdosta, Georgia, and Miss Keshonda Ray of Moultrie, Georgia. 9 beloved grandchildren, 3 great-grandchildren, his loving and devoted siblings, Mrs. Josephine Knight of Palm Beach, Florida, Stuart Charles Ray Jr. of Cordele, Georgia, Mrs. Nestle Singleton of Palm Bay, Florida, the Reverend Lorinda Ray of Cordele, Georgia, Miss Betty Brown of Jacksonville, Florida, Miss Marilyn Hopper of Cordele, Georgia, Dr. Jennifer Ray of Savannah, Georgia, Deacon Ronnie Ray and his wife, Minister Cheryl Ray, and Mr. Bobby Ray and his wife, Mrs. Tamika Ray of Cordele, Georgia. A host of beloved nieces, nephews, cousins, other relatives, and many, many sorrowing friends survived Deacon Godfrey Leandra Ray of 66 1212 3rd Street Southeast, Moultrie, Georgia. The funeral service for Deacon Godfrey Leandra Ray, age 66, will be announced at a later date, pending the completion of the arrangements. The Jwwilliams funeral directors serving Cordele and Vienna are in charge of each of these arrangements during this week. Friends, that conclude our funeral notices for this morning. And as always, we do remind each of you concerning our pre-funeral arrangements planning available at the Jwwilliams Funeral Home, with packages available with a single pay, a 3-year pay, a 5-year pay, and a 10-year pay. So please stop by and talk with us concerning your pre-funeral arrangements needs available at the Jwwilliams Funeral Home. And also whole life insurance is available at the Jwwilliams Funeral Home.
And now for announcements. The Old Mount Zion Hardshell Baptist Church, Highway 41 of Unadilla, is asking everyone with loved ones resting in the cemetery to come out on Saturday, May 3rd, from 9 a.m. until 1 p.m. to participate in a cleanup effort. A special service will be held on Sunday, May 18th at 1 p.m. Dr. Jwwilliams will deliver the message. Sister Elizabeth Jones, Secretary. Sister Cynthia Hill, Correspondent Secretary. Deacon Edward Whitehead, Vice Chairman. Deacon Kirby Reagan, Chairman of Trustees. The Macedonia Baptist Church, Drayton Community, Vienna 155th Church Anniversary will be on Sunday, May 4th at 11 a.m. Reverend Gregory B. Moy, Sr., Pastor, will deliver the message. Reverend Gregory B. Moy Sr. will deliver the message. Sister Alice Bryant is the Secretary. Deacon Henley Bryant Jr., Chairman of Deacons. Reverend Gregory B. Moy Jr. is the Pastor. The Big Poplar Spring Baptist Church, Unadilla, will celebrate Mother's Day on Sunday, May 11th at 11 a.m. Sister Hattie McKenzie will be the speaker. Sister LaChina Whitehead is the secretary. Deacon Wilbur Whitehead Jr. is the chairman of deacons. Reverend Lucius Albritton Jr. is the pastor. The New Poplar Spring Baptist Church of Bonneville invites everyone to worship with them each Sunday at 9:45 a.m. Each Wednesday via conference call at 6:30 a.m. for morning prayer and at 7 p.m. for an hour of encouragement. The dial-in number is 253-993-3761. Pastor Teacher Johnny Dean is the pastor. Believe Covenant Deliverance Ministries of America's deacon ordination ceremony for Brother D. King will be observed today at 2 o'clock p.m. The Mount Salem Baptist Church, Green Grove Baptist Church, and Pastor Mario Harris will be the guests. Everyone is invited to attend. Pastor Crystal Heath is the host pastor. The Mount Zion Webster Baptist Church of Preston 157th Church Anniversary and the second anniversary of the pastor, Reverend Dan Sheely, will be observed today at 11 a.m. At 2 o'clock p.m., the Old Antioch Baptist Church of Plains and Reverend Kenneth Gooch will be in charge of the service. Sister Eva Thomas is the secretary. Reverend Dan Sheely is the pastor. The Greater New Lebanon Baptist Church of Plains annual Youth Day program will be today at 11 o'clock a.m. Minister Caleb D. Green of Dooley County will be the speaker. Deacon Calvin Mansfield is the chairman of deacons. Reverend Glenn Bryant Sr. is the pastor. The New St. Paul Baptist Church of America's mission anniversary will be observed on Sunday, March 4th at 11 a.m., along with regular service. Minister Sarah Dice of Freedom Harvest Worship Center, DeSoto, will be the speaker. The unity color is white. Sister Linda Gardner, mission president. Reverend Michael Walker is the pastor. The New Beulah Baptist Church 132nd Church Anniversary and the 4th anniversary of this pastor, Reverend Christopher and First Lady Robin Perry, will be Sunday, May 4th. Morning worship at 10 a.m. Minister Linda Wright will be the guest speaker. At 1:30 p.m., William Grove Baptist Church of Ellaville and Reverend Michael Edge will be in charge of the service. Sister Rosemary Jones, church secretary. Deacon Bobby Robinson, chairman. Reverend Christopher Perry is the pastor. The 16th Appreciation and 15th Founders Day for Dr. Pastor Georgia Deriso will be on Sunday, May 4th at 2 o'clock p.m. Pastor Teresa Williams of New Direction Christian Church will be the guest speaker. Everyone has a cordial invitation to attend. Dr. Georgia Deriso is the pastor. The Friendship Baptist Church of America's annual revival will be on Sunday, May 18th at 5 o'clock p.m. through Tuesday, May 20th at 7 o'clock p.m. Our program will be Sunday, Family and Friends Night with the Gethsemane Baptist Church of Cordele and Reverend Cecil Strawder. Monday at 7 o'clock p.m., Fellowship Night with the Big Bethel Baptist Church, Greater Cedar Springs Baptist Church, and Reverend Rod Hubbard. Tuesday at 7 o'clock p.m., Faith Night, Restoration Church of Americas and Pastor Caleb Edge. For more information, please call 229-924-2700. Bishop Melvin McCluster is the pastor. The Zion Hope Baptist Church of Winona 122nd Church Anniversary will climax today Services will begin at 2 o'clock p.m. with the Emmanuel Baptist Church and Reverend Gregory Williams in charge of the service. Sister Mary Elaine Bryan is the church mother. Deacon Xavier Bryan is the chairman of deacons. Reverend Willie James Felton is the pastor. The Mount Moriah Baptist Church will celebrate the 111th church anniversary and the 23rd anniversary of the pastor, Reverend Corbin, today. Sunday school at 9 a.m., worship service at 10 o'clock a.m. Deacon Sammy McGill, chairman of deacons. Reverend Ivory Corbin is the pastor. The Crossroad Baptist Church Men and Women's Day program will be observed today at 10 o'clock a.m. Reverend Nikita Lester will be the guest minister. Deacon Jimmy Humphreys, chairman of deacons. Reverend Nelson Maynard is the pastor. The Spring Hill Baptist Church, Cannon Road, Cordele, will have its pastor's installation service for Reverend Dr. Eddie Talbert today at 2 o'clock p.m. Dr. K.M. Williams, pastor of the Greater Mars Tabernacle Baptist Church, will deliver the message. Deacon Eddie Barnes, chairman of deacons. Mother Lily Mathis is the church mother. Sister Easter Shivers is the church clerk. Dr. Eddie Talbert, pastor-elect. Dr. Jennifer Ray has published her second book entitled When I'm Negatively Labeled by At-Risk Individuals and Systems. It is available on Amazon, at Barnes & Noble, in hard copy, paperback, and ebook. There are references to the positive influence of some of our retired educators of Crisp County and the surrounding area, Mrs. Lucille Harris, Mrs. Betty Deriso, and others. The International Bible-Based Organization and Association General Assembly 2025 will be on Monday, June 23rd through Friday, June 27th at 7:30 p.m. at the Oak Ridge Baptist Church, Albany. Monday, Bishop Norman Hutchins. Tuesday, Bishop L.W. Bolton. Wednesday, Evangelist Tiffany Agee. Thursday, Pastor Tim Rogers. Friday, the official message will be delivered by Chief Apostle Willie S. Jenkins, presiding prelate and founder. Saturday, June 28th at 6 p.m., live in concert, the Canton Spirituals, the Bolton Brothers, Paul Porter and the Christianaires, and Next Level, hosted by Bishop Isaac Lindsey and Miss P. Paulette Thornton. Tickets are $30 in advance, $40 at the door. VIP tickets are $50. Sunday morning, June 29th at 11 a.m., Pastor Alan Ray Bolton will deliver the message. The event is free and open to the public. Doors open at 6 o'clock p.m. For more information and registration and tickets for the concert, please call 229-255-4758. Dr. Antoine Yao is the host pastor. Everyone has a cordial invitation to worship at the Greater Mars Tabernacle Baptist Church today. Sunday school at 9 a.m., worship service at 9:30 a.m. Mother Mary Henderson, church mother. Deacon Arthur L. Parker, chairman of deacons. Dr. K.M. Williams is the pastor. The Gethsemane Baptist Church extends a cordial invitation for everyone to worship with them today at 10:30 a.m. Deacon Johnny Wilson, chairman of deacons. Reverend Cecil Strawder is the pastor. You're cordially invited to worship at the New Oak Grove Baptist Church today. Sunday school at 9:15 a.m., worship service at 10 a.m. Deacon Alonzo Jones, chairman of deacons. Reverend W.W. Wilson is the pastor. The Greater Gum Creek Baptist Church extends a cordial invitation for each of you to worship with them today. Sunday service begins at 10:30 a.m. Mother Norma Solomon, church mother. Deacon Zachary Fields, chairman of deacons. Reverend Joseph Hagerbrook is the pastor. The Beautiful Zion Baptist Church cordially invites everyone to worship with them today. Worship service begins at 11 o'clock a.m. Mother Donna Mae Childs, church mother. Reverend Lorinda Ray is the pastor. Everyone has a cordial invitation to worship at the Emmanuel Baptist Church today. Sunday school at 10 a.m., worship service at 11:15 a.m. Bible study is held each Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. Mother William McGill, church mother. Reverend Gregory Williams is the pastor. Temple of Praise Church of God by Faith of Cordele invites everyone to worship with them each Sunday. Sunday school at 10 a.m., morning worship at 11:15 a.m. Wednesday Bible study is held at 7 o'clock p.m. For more information, please call 229-949-0144. Elder Michael Wyndham is the pastor. As always, we invite you to, if you have announcements or dedications that you would like us to use on our Sunday morning program, that you may email them to us at info@jwwilliams.com. You may fax them to us at 229-273-5111, or you may drop them in the mail to us at Post Office Box 516, Cordele, Georgia. Or you may drop them off at the funeral home Monday through Saturday until 12 o'clock noon. And then you're invited to join us each Sunday morning for our morning broadcast on Sunday mornings at WSST TV from 7 until 8 a.m., WDEC Radio from 7:30 until 8 o'clock a.m. And as always, you may join us on a J.W. Williams Funeral Home Facebook page or the J.W. Williams Funeral Home YouTube channel. That concludes our announcements for this morning.
And now for our dedications. Our first selection this morning is dedicated to the following: in loving memory of Mr. George Westbrook Jr., who would have celebrated his birthday April 23rd. Dedication requested by his beloved wife, Mrs. Martha Ruth Westbrook, his children, grandchildren, and the entire family. Gone but not forgotten. In loving memory of Mrs. Louise Butts Burgess, who departed this life April 22nd, 2024. Dedication requested by her beloved children, grandchildren, and the entire Burgess and Butts family. Gone but not forgotten. In loving memory of Deacon Benjamin Miles, who departed this life April 18, 2007. Dedication requested by the Miles family. Gone but not forgotten. In loving memory of Mr. Milton West. Dedication requested by the West, Coley, Jones, and Askew family. Gone but not forgotten. In loving memory of Mrs. Cynthia D. Pollock, who would have celebrated her birthday April 24th. Dedication requested by the Pollock family. Precious memory lingers still. In loving memory of Mr. Wayne Williams, who would have celebrated his birthday April 24th. Dedication requested by the entire Williams family. Gone but not forgotten. In loving memory of Mr. Frederick Yah, who departed this life April 25th, 1993. Dedication requested by the Yah family. Gone but not forgotten. In loving memory of Deacon Willie Paul, who would have celebrated his birthday April 26. Dedication requested by the Paul family. Gone but not forgotten. Our first selection this morning is dedicated to the following: happy 32nd wedding anniversary to Mr. Alexander and Miss Verna Thomas, who celebrated their anniversary Thursday, April 17. Dedication requested by their beloved family. God bless your union and keep it strong. Happy 32nd anniversary to Mr. Alexander and Miss Verna Thomas. Our first selection this morning goes out to the following. Very special birthday wish goes out to Deacon George Jordan of Vienna, Georgia, who celebrated his 106th birthday on April 15th. Happy birthday to Deacon George Jordan of Vienna, Georgia. God bless you and many, many more. Happy birthday to Miss Etta Fletcher, who celebrated her birthday Thursday, April 24th. Dedication requested by her beloved family. Happy birthday to Mr. Samuel Andre Jones, who celebrated his birthday Saturday, April 26th. Dedication comes from his beloved mother, Miss Dorothy Rose Jones, and the entire family. Special birthday wishes goes out to Mrs. Sandra Key Johnson of the Jwwilliams Funeral Home, who celebrated her birthday on Saturday, April 26th. Dedication requested by her children, April, Martell, and Lakedra, her grandchildren, and the entire family and the staff of the Jwwilliams Funeral Home. All says happy birthday to Miss Sandra Key Johnson. Our first selection this morning goes out to the following: Mr. A.J. and Mother Vera Rivers and family, Deacon and Mrs. Willie James Patrick and family, Brother Silas Ford and family, Deacon Frank and Sister Gloria Mays and family, Lee County, Georgia, Deacon and Mrs. Arthur Clark and family, Deacon and Mrs. Jesse Rogers and family, Deacon Leroy Rogers and family, Deacon Joed Clark and family, Deacon and Mrs. Oscar Cooks and family, Chairman of the Board of Deacons of the Friendship Baptist Church of DeSoto, Georgia, Miss Dessa Fuller and family, Brother Willie Mae Walker and family, Warwick, Georgia, Mrs. Lucy Baker and family, Deacon and Mrs. Jimmy Fagan and family, Mrs. Gail Grant and family, Miss Willie Mae Leary and family of Hatley, Georgia, Mother Martha Westbrook and family, Mr. and Mrs. Lloyd Anderson and family, Deaconess Martha A. Cross and family, Mr. and Mrs. Richard Cross and family, Mr. and Mrs. Reginald Cross and family, Mr. and Mrs. Walter Edwards and family, Mrs. Wanda Edwards Stevens and family of Savannah and Cordele, Georgia, Deaconess President Cassandra Jackson and family, Mrs. Gloria Simpson and family of Americas, Georgia, Mrs. Mary Wakefield Minion and family, Plains, Georgia, Ms. Dorothy Lucas and family, Mrs. Barbara Lane and family, the Reverend Joel Butts and family, to the entire Talbot family, Deacon and Mrs. John Stubbs and family, Deacon and Mrs. Donald Talbot and family, Mrs. Juanita Mathis Talbot and family, Deacon and Mrs. Lawrence Williams and family of Leslie, Georgia, Mother Mamie Robinson and family, Deacon Kelvin and Sister Rosemary Jones and family, Mr. and Mrs. Leslie Merriweather and family, Deacon and Mrs. Johnny Wilson and family, Miss Linda Wilson and family, Deacon Eddie Byram and family, Mother Lily Mathis and family, Deacon and Mrs. Frank Brown and family, Elder J.C. and Minister Annette Clark and family, Mrs. Frances Parker Chambliss and family, Mrs. Sharon Chambliss and family, Mr. and Mrs. Jamie Chambliss and family, Miss Claudia Waters and family, Miss Bernice Lester and family, Mr. Alexander and Mrs. Verna Thomas again, and congratulations on your wedding anniversary, Miss Nellie Shivers and family, Dr. and Mrs. Eddie Talbot and family, Deacon and Mrs. Sam Oliver and family, Miss Cynthia Pollock and family, Mr. and Mrs. Greg Peterson and family, Deacon and Mrs. Marlon Paul and family, Mr. and Mrs. Mickey Griffin and family, Mr. James Gaines and family, Brother Leon Hughes and the members of the Hilltop Church of Christ, Mr. Ricky Hardeman and family, Mrs. Loretta Cole and family, Mrs. Ann Brooks and family, Mrs. Penelope Jones and family, Mrs. Pam Collier and family, Brother Johnny, Mrs. Barbara Dennis and family, Miss Lucille McGill and family, Mrs. Gwen McGill and family, Chairman Deacon Sammy and Mrs. Shanice McGill and family, Brother Oscar, Mrs. Patricia McGill and family, Mr. Draven McGill, Chairman of the Board of Assessors of Chris County, Miss Ann Whitehead and family, Miss Geraldine Harvey and family, Deacon Eugene and Mrs. Deborah Williams and family, Mr. James Gaines and family, the Reverend Layfield Buckholtz and family, Deacon Curtis Lucas and family, Mrs. Sylvia Hoggebrook Blackshear and family, Miss Gail Patrick and family, Miss Rita Patrick and family, Miss Mary Lee Harris and family, the Reverend and Mrs. L.C. Cantrell and family, Miss Jackie Walker and family, Mrs. Janice Montfrey and family, Mr. Ricky, Mrs. Angela Redding and family, Mother Mary Henderson and family, Mrs. Ida Ruth Bryant and family, Mr. Willie Frank Walker and family, Mr. Lawrence Stokes and family, Mr. Lemmy Buckles and family, Miss Carrie Neal Holmes and family, Mr. Keith Muntz and family of Americus, Georgia, our first selection for this morning. Our next selection this morning is dedicated to the following. To Mr. Kelvin Pless, I'd like to thank him for presenting our music this morning. America Area Workshop Choir. Our selection this morning is dedicated to Deacon Emery Wright and family of Albany and Lee County, Georgia. Mr. Earl Passmore and family. Mr. Willie B. Barnes and family, Vienna, Georgia. Mr. Larry Passmore and family. Mr. Lewis Harry L. Sr. and family. Mrs. Yvette Sanders and family. Mr. Alvin Jones and family. Mrs. Rosa Rice and family. Deacon William Durham and family of Albany, Georgia. Deacon and Mrs. Grandy Ridley and family. Mr. Henry Wheeler and family. Mr. Ricky Smith and family, Mrs. Daphne Askew and family, Mrs. Minnie L. Passmore and family, Mrs. W.J. Billingsley and family of Unadilla, Georgia, Mrs. Stephanie Westbrook and family, Mrs. Cheryl Royal and family, Mr. Willie James Young and family, Mrs. Shirley Washington and family, Mr. and Mrs. Michael D. Bruce and family, Mrs. Mary Jo Osley and family, Mr. and Mrs. Carl Westbury and family, Mrs. Carletta Leonard and family, Mr. and Mrs. Franklin Jordan and family, the Reverend and Mrs. Arthur Jordan and family, Mrs. Dorothy Nadine Young and family, Ms. Rosella Leggett and family, Mrs. Donna Lester and family, Mrs. Jacqueline Wheeler and family, Mr. Kevin Whitfield and family, Mr. Alton K. Brown and family, Mrs. Elta Perry and family, the entire Perry family, Vienna, Georgia, Mrs. Rhonda Lester and family, Mr. Calvin Ford and family, Miss Christine Kinchin and family, the Reverend Jerry Sanders and family and the members of the Bethlehem Baptist Church of Doolin, Georgia, Mrs. Anita Leary and family, Mrs. Ira Robinson and family, Mr. Steve Jackson III and family, Mr. and Mrs. Olin Askew and family, Miss Cynthia Rush and family, Mrs. Dorothy West and family, Mr. Reginald Billingsley and family, Mrs. Cynthia Webb and family, Mrs. Lorraine Harriel and family, Miss Nettie Barnum and family, Mr. Bert Kitchen and family, Mr. and Mrs. Alvin Lester and family, Mr. Robert Ford and family, Deacon and Mrs. James Askew and family, Mrs. Alice Henry and family, Mr. and Mrs. Donnie Brown and family, Mr. Tony Stubbs and family, Mrs. Anita Whitfield and family, Mrs. Cordelia Brown and family, Mrs. Harriet Bryant and family, Mrs. Darcy Owens and family, Mr. Arnell Holmes and family, Mother Adeline Lofton Church, Mother Little Rock Baptist Church of Araby, Georgia, Mr. and Mrs. Clarence White and family, Mr. and Mrs. Bobby Anderson and family, Miss Nettie Mae Wise and family, Mrs. Alton Jordan and family, Mr. and Mrs. Scotty Grant and family, the Clee Cross family of Dooley County, Mr. Clayton Dykes and family, the Clayton family, Miss Carrie Whelan family, Mrs. Lucy Bryant and family, Mr. Michael Sanders and family, Mrs. Athleen Perry and family, Mrs. Lily Brown and family, Mr. and Mrs. Eddie James Walker and family, Byronville, Georgia. The Burt's family, the Reverend and Mrs. Lewis Burton and family, Deacon and Mrs. Albert King Sr. and family, the Hazel Clark family, Mrs. Harry Ward and family, Mrs. Ruthie Daniels and family, Mrs. Viola Green and family, Mrs. Pearline Perry, Mrs. Pearline Roundtree and family, Mrs. Sarah Coleman family, Mrs. James Wise and family, Mrs. Margaret Jordan, retired educator, Deacon and Mrs. Johnny Perry and family, Vienna, Georgia, Deacon Walter Brown and family, Miss Mary Benjamin and family, Mr. and Mrs. Mr. Winston Keaton and family, Miss Sally Morrell and family, the entire Morrell family, Mrs. Martha Harris and family, Miss Mary Morrell and family, the Lester family, Mr. James Byron and family, Mr. and Mrs. Joe Clark and family, Vienna, Georgia, Deacon John David Law, chairman of the Board of Deacons of the Evergreen Baptist Church of Pinehurst, Georgia, Mrs. S.M.A. Davis and family, Mrs. Odessa Sheffield and family, Mrs. Benita Armstrong and family, Mr. Edgar Lee and family, Deacon and Mrs. Willie Fields and family, Deacon Roger Fields and family, Deacon Jerome Jordan and family, Mrs. Christine Jordan and family. Selection for this morning. is certainly with the deepest regret that we make the following announcement. Mrs. Mary Lee Wilkerson Douglas, age 77, of 1420 Norris Street, Americus, Georgia, died Tuesday, April 22nd at the Phoebe Sumter Medical Center in Americus, Georgia. The funeral service for Mrs. Mary Lee Wilkerson Douglas, age 77, will be held today, Sunday, April 27th, at 2 p.m. in the sanctuary of the Antioch Baptist Church in Americus, Georgia. The pastor, Reverend Ricky Cladd, will officiate. The eulogy will be delivered by her pastor, the Reverend Jesse Watts, pastor of the Old Shady Grove Baptist Church of Americus, Georgia. The burial will follow at the Eastview Cemetery in Americus, Georgia. Master Sergeant Jackie Dennis Walker, United States Army, retired, age 65, of 805 South Pecan Street, Cordele, Georgia, died Thursday, April 24th, at his residence in Cordele, Georgia. The funeral service for Master Sergeant Jackie Dennis Walker, United States Army, retired, age 65, will be held Wednesday, April 30th at 11 a.m. in the chapel of the Jwwilliams Funeral Home in Cordele, Georgia. The Reverend Isaac H. Owens, pastor of the Mount Calvary Baptist Church, will officiate. The burial will follow at the Pleasant Hill Church Cemetery, Hatley Community, Cordele, Georgia. The public visitation will be Tuesday, April 29th from 1 until 5 p.m. at the Jwwilliams Funeral Home. Miss Dora Jean Taylor, age 69, of 609 East 4th Avenue, Cordele, Georgia, died Saturday, April 19th at the Emory St. Joseph Hospital in Atlanta, Georgia. The funeral service for Miss Dora Jean Taylor, age 69, will be announced at a later date pending the completion of the arrangements. Deacon Godfrey Leander Ray, age 66, of 1212 3rd Street Southeast, Moultrie, Georgia, died Saturday, April 26th at the Archibald Medical Center in Thomasville, Georgia. The funeral service for Deacon Godfrey Leandra Ray, age 66, will be announced at a later date pending the completion of the arrangement. The Jwwilliams funeral directors serving Cordele and Vienna are in charge of each of these arrangements during this week. Our next and final selection for this morning is dedicated to the bereaved families whose loved ones were laid to rest during the past week. The family of Mother Mattie B. Brown of Warner Robins, Georgia, and Vienna, Georgia. The family of Mrs. Rosa May Felton Walker of Milledgeville, Georgia, and Cordele, Georgia. This selection is dedicated to the bereaved families whose loved ones will be laid to rest during this week. The family of Mrs. Mary Lee Wilkerson Douglas of Americus, Georgia. The family of Master Sergeant Jackie Dennis Walker, United States Army, retired, of Cordele, Georgia. The family of Miss Dora Jean Taylor of Cordele, Georgia. The family of Deacon Godfrey L. Ray of Moultrie, Georgia. This election is dedicated to all of the sick and shut-in, to all patients in the local and surrounding hospitals, nursing homes, and rehabilitation centers, to our beloved ministers and their devoted family members, to all retired educators, to the men and women serving in armed forces, both stateside and abroad, to all veterans, and to everyone who listens to our program on each Sunday morning. It's a pleasure for us to bring it to you. Our program goes out in memory of our past president, Dr. Napoleon Williams, to my wife, Mrs. Calandra Wilkerson Parker, to my son, Jai Wilkerson Parker. This selection goes out to my brother, retired Chief Master Sergeant Norman F. Dexter, and his wife, Dr. Gwendolyn Maxine Dexter, and our grandson, Noble. This selection goes out to my sister, Mrs. Patsy Jackson, and her husband, Mr. Jim Jackson of Cordele, Georgia. Goes out to my niece, Mrs. Vera Mathis, Mrs. Florine Manning, and the entire Manning and Mumphrey family. Goes out to my nephew, Deacon Kenneth Smith, program chairman of the Greater Morris Tabernacle Baptist Church, who's with us this morning, presenting our program to our Facebook and YouTube watchers there. Goes out to our pastor, Dr. K.M. Williams, to his wife, Sister Kathy Williams, and family. Goes out to Mr. Cleveland R. Lemon, oldest staff member of the Jwwilliams Funeral Home, Ms. Easter May Sanders and family, Mother Pearl Reed and family, Mother Jessie Kate Harmon and family, Mr. Leon Hawkins and his mother, Mother Melinda Hawkins and family. Goes out to Deacon Jimmy Charles Mumphrey and family, and to our friend and brother of long standing, the Reverend Johnny Dean, and the members of the New Poplar Spring Baptist Church of Byronville, Georgia. Our final selection for this morning, this fourth Sunday.
Thank you for joining us this morning. We hope you've enjoyed our program. Tune in again on next Sunday morning. Remember, in your time of need, contact the competent, capable, and dependable staff at the Jwwilliams Funeral